Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. We're back with another video, guys. In this video, we will be discussing Flare Network security and data integration. It's going to be an interesting one, guys, so make sure to watch till the end. And folks, for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins and potential gems. If you're interested in any of that stuff, then subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon for regular videos. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out as well, only if you're interested. And folks, keep your assets safe, and for that you guys can check out the Crypto Growth exclusive discount offer on Decent. Decent is convenient, safe, and secure. You can check out their biometric wallet, which has got a phenomenal $50 off, and you can also check out their biometric wallet 2x package, guys, which has got an astonishing $129 off, only if you follow the link in the description box below. And folks, Decent supports 3000 plus of your favorite coins and tokens, and it supports 50 plus blockchain mainnets. I personally prefer storing the assets in a cold hardware wallet, so do check out Decent and be safe. Anyways, guys, now let us look into the price and chart of both Flare Network and Songbird, and let's see what they have been up to lately, guys. So this is Flare. This is the yearly chart. We can see that the price after it moved from 0.008715 all the way to 5 cent, it has come down again. It is now basically tested this support over here, the 3 cent support, but it came down. Now we have to see that was it a false breakout towards the downside, or will the price from this point get back up and break through the 3 cent mark again? Let's see. But if you look at the all-time chart, guys, we can see crucial support over here as well. The 0.027 area, the 0.026 area remains a crucial support in the all-time chart. So I think that Flare will find support and consolidate around here, and eventually it will go up, test this resistance, 4 cent resistance mark, and from there on forward it will go forward and test the 5 cent resistance as well. Same as Songbird, guys, almost reciprocating what Flare Network is doing at the moment, guys. Check this out. It also went from 0.003919 all the way to 0.018, almost 2 cents, and since that time it came down, tested this support over here as well, the 0.00 almost 1 cent mark. 1 cent, it tested the 1 cent mark. I told you that when a price basically adds another zero, it constantly tries to gain that back again. When it came down, it tried and tested the 1 cent mark again, but guys, it found resistance over here and it came down. So let's see, Flare, we've got an undervalued Songbird over here as well, even more if you look at the chart, down 96.78%. So eventually, guys, obviously I think that it will go up and test these resistance levels, especially the F assets news on the horizon and all of that stuff. So it will eventually happen. So guys, I was checking the Flare X handle out, and I found a really interesting post over here which we will check out in the form of a video. Check this out. Tony Edward, Flare blockchain, bridging economic security and data integration. Watch the full interview. Guys, let me now show you guys the full interview over here, although guys it is 41 almost 42 minutes long, so you have to check this out yourselves. We're going to just be hearing bits and pieces of it, so I hope you like it. Let's see what Hugo has to say. Let me share with you the title over here as well. So the page, Thinking Crypto, Flare F assets for Bitcoin and XRP USDX stablecoin, and AI blockchain with Hugo Filion. So let us look into this.
So we'll be launching these slowly and sequentially, starting with XRP, then Bitcoin, and then if there's demand for it, Doge. There's not too many assets out there that don't have smart contracts that are worth looking at. Litecoin might be one, but the reality is the majority, DeFi.
If you're a business owner, then animated explainer videos are the best way to capture attention.
And also for payments, you could do payments, for instance, perhaps less applicable to XRP, but certainly applicable to Bitcoin. Very cheap, very fast payments as well. But being able to use your XRP or your Bitcoin in DeFi, is a valuable reason. But really, there are other bridges for these kind of things. Why F assets? Well, F assets is the only bridge that has been built with verifiable economic security. Everything else is sort of relies on a form of trust, or you can't really at any time fully understand the economic security. So that's F assets. So the open beta is the launch of a test of a public test of F assets on our test network, Costum, which is the test network for Songbird. Costum 2 is the test network for Flare. So the progress of F assets would likely be, Costum onto Songbird, from Songbird onto Flare. So the open beta is essentially a trial system where we use test XRP and test stablecoin, so no value. Just get people familiar with the process of minting, the process of redemption, get the initial set of agents familiar with tying up capital, the volatility around that capital, basically doing all their activities. And to get people minting, test FXRP, or what I think we call it F-test XRP, and using that in dApps and competing with each other to see, what the best use cases are, and how much, potentially how much yield potentially they can make. So there'll be a retroactive airdrop for minters, people that use the system. We'll be defining we'll be sending out the categories for what that retroactive airdrop will be looking at, and then we'll be doing some judgments as to who were the best users in those categories. Did they perform well? That kind of thing. So a little bit of a game to play around, helping us test that system on Costum.
Now,
Okay, so F assets agents. Let us look into this heading.
5x collateral required for the F assets.
Mm-hmm. Good question. So from the agent perspective, the F assets really is a DeFi protocol. It's a DeFi protocol in which they can deploy capital. And this is what professional funds, institutions do day in, day out. They're managing capital in order to get a yield. And they're deploying into DEX pools, they're deploying into lending pools, they're deploying into perps protocols in order to get a yield on their assets. F assets is exactly the same thing. It allows an institution or someone who's relatively sophisticated to basically deploy capital to get a yield. And the addition of USDX and Clearpool, which we'll come on to later, allows us to make it a superior DeFi protocol, because previously, in order for an F asset to be created, someone has to lock up a combination of stables and Flare, or stables and Songbird in the Songbird case. And a non-yielding stable means that the return for the system has to come entirely from the bridge fees and the trail fees. Trail fees are a small fee applied every time the asset is moved on Flare. But the ability to get yield on a stablecoin in the form of Clearpool USDX, which is what we announced, I think, last week, is very, very important, because it means that your collateral within the F asset system as an agent can be earning whilst it's sitting there as collateral. And that means, as an agent, you get not just the yield on the collateral, but you also get the minting fees, the redemption fees, and the trail earnings. So
guys, ultimate passive income opportunity, to say the least, guys. This is awesome. And they've also announced USDX. Let us look into what Hugo has to say about this.
Mm-hmm. So Hex is a custodian of ours, and they're a regulated institution in Hong Kong. And we've been talking with them for a long time about stables and about deploying on Flare. Their version of the stable is fully backed, so completely fully backed, and US Treasury backed. So Treasury is something that is US government debt with a duration of not more than 3 months, so incredibly liquid. Makes a little bit of return, but not vast. But the key aspect here is it's incredibly liquid. So there should, almost impossible really for there to be unless the US collapses, really impossible for there to be a collateral shortfall available for the redemption of the stable coin. I think we'd all have very much bigger problems were that the case. So USDX are issuing, Hex are issuing the USDX on Flare, and alongside that, one of their partners, Clearpool, which is a real-world asset protocol, has created what's known as T-pools on Flare. So they've launched Clearpool on Flare together with Clearpool T-pools. Now, T-pools are essentially vaults into which you can put your USDX. And that allows, they then essentially go off and they take that USDX and they buy treasury bills with it. Again, these very, very short duration US treasuries, so 3 months, most liquid market. Basically what we call in finance the risk-free rate. And they then pass over that yield from those treasury bills back to you. Obviously, they take a very small fee, but not large. And that really allows you to deploy your stable into the Clearpool vault and get a yield on it. And from our perspective, that then makes what's known as CUSDX. So when you deploy your USDX into the Clearpool vault, you get a token back called CUSDX, which is essentially a claim token on the original USDX plus the interest. And then you can use that CUSDX in DeFi protocols such as, in a perps protocol. You can use that as collateral for taking out a position, but your collateral is yielding, which is nice because it means you reduce the opportunity cost. And then obviously in F assets, you use that as collateral in order to support the minting of F assets. And it increases your return on being an F asset agent.
Great, guys. I really like what Flare is doing. Hugo is really well spoken when it comes to making us understand about F assets, Flare, Songbird, Costa Network, the stable coins. I really like it. You have to check out this entire interview, a really good one. So, what do you guys think about Flare Network and the latest developments, the latest updates? I would really like your opinions. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by becoming a Patreon, so do check that out. Like I always say in the end, until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.